Before we get into today's video, I have to release the winner of the merchandise giveaway from the Fiddler Bin Setup video that went out about a week ago. I forgot to release that winner in the last video, so I'm gonna do that before this video starts. So that one was just a random selection of comments. I used commentpicker.com to choose the comment, and the winner was Erica Henderson. So Erica, congratulations on winning a piece of Christopher Scott merch. If you are under the age of 18, please make sure a parent or guardian contacts me via email or Instagram DM. You can find both in the links below. And with that, let's get into today's video. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Well, we're back for the second part of our guppy breeding video, and our guppy tank is right down here. I got a disappointing bit of news when I got these fish, and these fish were supposed to be a specific strain of guppy, and what I found out is that they're actually a different strain. For today, what we're going to be talking about is the guppy selection process, how we pick our guppies, as well as putting those into this tank today. We're also going to do just a little bit of a guppy breeding update on all of our different guppy tanks. We have 4 planted tanks up here that have baby guppies in it, as well as we have in our other fish room a bunch of baby guppies over there as well. So make sure that you drop a like on this video, make sure you're subscribed and get your notification bell on, and let's get into today's video. We also went ahead and picked up some plants, and these will go right in here. We're just gonna drop these in and let those float. We also went ahead and picked up a couple of these Anubias Barteri. What we're gonna do with these is also just float these in here. We will plant them at a later time, but these are really cool Anubias. They're super huge, green leaves. I mean, such an amazing plant. We'll put one right there, and then we'll drop one right here. We also went ahead and picked up a couple more bunches of this broadleaf Ludwigia, which is a really pretty red plant. And in fact, you can see that in the back of this new guppy tank. So we're gonna drop this right here into this red tank, and we will plant that into the substrate later on. We also picked up a couple of stems of this Indica rotala, which is also a really great plant that will turn red if you give it enough light. So we're gonna drop that into the red plant tank here. These right here are actually potted Anubias nanas, which are super cool as well. So literally all we have to do with these is drop these in, because there's really nothing you can do to them until you're ready to plant them. And then you can either separate the root system from the wool that they're growing in, or you can actually plant just the whole pot if you'd like. Then we also picked up a few strands of this, which is also a super cool plant. And you can tell as it opens up, this stuff makes wonderful hides for your guppy fry. And there we go. So hopefully you guys like these new plants that we've picked up, and we'll be using these in a build very, very soon. This is the old fish room, and what you haven't been told yet is we are actually expanding the fish room significantly. So we still have all of our rack systems and things in here, but there are certain things that have been moved out of the fish room at this point and into the new fish room. We've added some additional things as well, but there will be a whole video coming on that at a later date. So right now we're in the old fish room, and we're gonna take a look and get an update on all the breeding activity. So to start, looking right here, this is the Nano Predator tank. And we have some guppy breeding going on in this tank as well. Now I will tell you, in this tank we actually took out the Amazon swords. They just weren't doing overly well in this tank, and we left these Anubias, which are doing just fine. But we have a whole bunch of guppy fry in here that are actually adolescents at this point, just simply as dither fish to allow for these baddest to come out, because baddest are very shy fish. And in fact, you can see one right there, and you can see one just zoomed across the screen right there. But there's about 10 baddest in there, as well as about 10 small little guppy adolescents, and just as dither fish to allow for those guys to be a little more social, and it's helped them significantly. No crazy strain of guppies there, just regular old guppies. Looking here, we have this beautiful little male Dumbo ear mosaic guppy and a couple of big old pregnant females. In this tank here, here's some more purple mosaics, some more pregnant females up there, all up into the horn ward. Moving over here, this is pretty much a mutt guppy tank. As you notice, there are multiple different color strains. There are some that have been interbred that are mixed between cobras and endlers, and I have all different kinds in here. It's honestly just a test bed of different colors I'm trying to pull out of there and basically culling out certain ones based on the color. Over here, we have the offspring from that tank we just looked at, and as these color up, I start to cull them out just to see and pull out the ones that I like. Then we'll move those into another breeding tank to continue trying to isolate specific colors and patterns. And then I also have a bunch of Christmas moths in the bottom here. Still need to figure out what I'm gonna do with this. But the other thing we're breeding in this tank is a bunch of frog bit. Every one of these tanks is just covered with frog bit. And the frog bit is such a deep green in every one of these tanks. I need to relocate some of this to other tanks, but it's looking fantastic. Now, one more breeding tank in here, and that is the waterfall tank. What we're breeding in here are these little snakeskin metallic Dumbo ears. And we have quite a few fry in this tank, as you can see, and we will continue to pull those out. I have not taken this latest batch out to relocate those into a grow out tank, but they're doing fantastic. So moving into the new fish room where we have these planted tanks. Every one of these tanks has guppy fry in it. There's one right there. And then looking over here, there's one there. There's tons in here, you just can't see them all. These each are different color patterns. I just have not marked the tanks yet, but I have them set up in certain ways. Like for instance, this right here are purple mosaics. And in fact, we can see, talking about the culling process, this particular little fish right here needs to be culled out, which means that I'm going to take him out of this tank and put him into a mutt tank simply because of the fact that he has yellow in his tail. Moving over here, which by the way, look at that beautiful Anubias barteri, I believe is what it's called. Such an amazing Anubias. In fact, one of my favorite Anubiases now. But this tank also has a ton of fry in it, which they must be all in the back. We'll have to see. But there are guppy fry in here as well. And then of course we have our new guppy tank down here, which we're not gonna show you the fish in those just yet. So as far as guppy breeding goes, it is doing fantastic. But with all that, and you guys seeing an update on that, let's go ahead and show you these new guppies in the cool color strain they are. So what we have here are these orange red colored guppies, and we have a huge female that's pregnant right there. So we're gonna go ahead and get these in here. Now my question to you is do you think these are truly real red eye albino guppies? Make sure you comment below and let me know what you think. And I will, at some point, let you know for sure whether these are just true reds or real red eye albino. So let's go ahead and get these into the tank. Well, we've been cup acclimating these guppies for about 25 minutes now, and they are ready to just be poured in. So let's go ahead and get these guys into this tank. Look at the size of that female. She is massive. Talking about guppy selection, really breeding guppies is going to be a personal preference on what colors you want to try to breed. And the cool part about guppies are you can interbreed colors and you'll come up with some really cool color. Now what you're going to want to do is understand the culling process and how you want to actually pull certain colors out to keep the stock the same color. As an example, I am currently breeding Dumbo ear purple mosaic guppies that I got from the Guppy Guru almost a year ago now. And the culling process with those happens all the time. With every new set of babies, I have to cull those out once they start to get color. And the reason is because in order to get the purple guppy, you have to breed the blue mosaic and the red mosaic, which then turns the offspring possibly purple. So in order to maintain a solid stock of purple mosaic guppies, when offspring are born that are either more of a blue color or more of a red color, I have to pull those out of the tank. Now I have separate tanks that those go in. I don't get rid of them. I just breed blue ones on one side, red ones on the other side. Well, hopefully you've gone on to enjoy this video, and hopefully you like this new color strain of guppies that we're breeding right here. These things are absolutely beautiful, and I am going to go out on a limb and say that that guppy right there is probably close to the world record on size of female guppies. That thing is massive. She is literally as big as my thumb, if not bigger. But hopefully you like this new color strain. With all that being said, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Make sure you drop a like, make sure you subscribe, turn on that notification bell, follow us on Instagram and Facebook that are all in the description below, and we will see you next time. Actually, we are not done yet. I almost forgot. I have to release the merchandise winner for the last giveaway from the last video. I asked you to comment the specific color strain below that you thought I'd be breeding. Since I did not receive the strain that I actually thought I was getting and nobody correctly guessed, I figured, well, I'm still gonna go ahead and give a piece of merch away. I've used a random comment picker to pick a comment from that video, and the winner is Sierra Jensen. So, Sierra, congratulations for winning the merchandise giveaway. If you're under the age of 18, make sure you have a parent or guardian. Contact me via email or Instagram DM, and I will provide information on how you can claim your piece of Christopher Scott merchandise. So, with all that, thanks for watching, everybody, and we will see you next time.